So, breaking news, y'all. With the 144th pick in the draft, Shedeur Sanders was selected by the Second Baptist Senior Choir. Choir number 2.
Hey, he'd be better over there.
Needed another tenor. He'd be better.
He'd be better.
He'd be better off blocking for the tenors.
Man, listen. We gotta stop. We gotta stop overrating these players just because it's Deion's son.
Oh Lord, we gonna jump right into it.
Just saying.
We gonna jump right into it. He wouldn't have made the church softball team.
Listen, I don't care who it is. He got to be better than Watson. So I don't care who it is.
But Watson wasn't bad.
Yes, he was.
Before he got to Cleveland, he was all right.
Yeah, before he got
Y'all make people mad.
No, ain't nobody make him that bad. Ain't nobody make him that bad.
The Browns is like,
if he was playing for Harden,
if
he was playing for Harden right now, he'd be bad.
He was balling in Houston.
He's garbage.
The Browns are like LeBron. They stars before they start playing.
Correct.
Then it's their fault.
Nah,
Listen,
y'all cannot blame that on the Browns. Y'all can. Baker was good. Even Joe Flacco was good.
Y'all ruined Baker.
Even Joe Flacco was Joe
had one good year.
No,
man.
that's right. And that one good year was where? In Cleveland.
But he about to get cut now.
Yeah, he about to get cut again.
I don't know.
He's about to be out.
How y'all gonna draft Gabriel and then draft Shedeur?
Hey, they gonna do it. But we got to talk this talk, man. I mean, what do you think about the Sanders debacle? I mean, I was feeling bad for the brother after a while.
I was feeling bad, but I mean, you got to realize, man, you are not just hiring the player. You're hiring this whole
persona,
this whole entourage. Listen, Deion is the coach of Cleveland right now.
That is true. That is true.
Deion has become the coach of Cleveland Browns.
But people are acting like that's not fair. I mean, our people, a lot of our people are acting like that's not fair. Now, here's what I don't like is the comparison to the Mannings and some of the other, like John Elway, which is literally like 35 years ago, he wouldn't play for a team, you know, and he was kind of cocky about it. I think that's a different level than what we've seen over the last 2-3 years with Deion and his family.
Right.
The Mannings might have went into some teams and said, we don't want to play for this one, or we don't want to play for that one, or I'm not going to play. But I mean, literally taking over social media, having your own conglomerate, walking around with a film crew behind you everywhere you go, building a whole custom set just for the draft and in your house.
Right. Well, what I don't like is the comparisons to them and what's the other basketball dude?
LeVar Ball.
Yeah, but that dude was a bum.
But his
sons was bums. He was a bum.
You think his sons are bums?
LaMelo's good.
What has he done?
Ethan likes his shoes.
I mean, who's the one with the Lakers? His other
LeVar.
No, that's the dad.
No, LeVar is the dad.
Melo.
I don't know one of them.
Who plays for the Hornets?
I don't know. They both garbage.
He's good. Melo's
all garbage. It's all garbage.
I mean, here was my take. And people may not agree with it. My take was, first of all, Shedeur is a very, very talented athlete. But a lot of people were making comment, and we all know everybody's an expert in everything, right?
Right, especially at this point.
A lot of people were making commentary that obviously had not watched much college football. They forget that this cat came from an HBCU, you know, did well in the HBCU, which is not top tier talent.
Right.
Then came to a mid-tier college that hadn't been relevant in 25 years. And yes, he brought it back, but from what? But from what and to who? It was more about bringing back the hype than the winning tradition.
Right.
Because he went 13-12 or something like that over 2 seasons and did not really play top-notch elite competition and beat them. Mm-hmm. You know, they had 1 or 2 good flukes. They're almost flukes at this point because after you saw them drop the next 8 games, they weren't all that. And scouts do this for a living, by the way. You can play this is hate for the black. Mark Moore said something really good, preacher from Atlanta. He said, how are you going to call this racist when 90% of the people drafted in front of him were black?
Right. Absolutely.
How can you call it? Now, you might say it's racist because, well, his dad was overbearing. But in a way, his dad did that to himself. He did not have to keep that persona up and do all that. You take the good and the bad with fame and with trying to exploit that fame for your own power. Sooner or later, you're going to run into another decision maker, and they're going to decide whether they not want that circus or not. And I'll lastly say this. These are hundreds of millions of dollars of decisions.
Right.
And speaking to what you said about Cleveland, remember they bought into the Johnny Manziel hype.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the last guys that came in like with his own brand and this, that, and the other. And for better or for worse, you're asking somebody to make $100 million investment in someone who has not yet shown that they can play pro ball or not. And like you said, you're bringing that circus where you already have a hard enough time corralling multimillionaires who make more than the coaches and the general managers. Absolutely. And you're bringing that to the plate. Even when they said he didn't interview well.
Which I don't believe. But
you don't believe?
No, because Deion.
I believe it.
No, because Deion's been schooling him since he was 5.
But Deion also had them going in there telling that Deion also has them always not taking things seriously, though.
He always got on him. Yeah,
I can't see Deion not prepping him for an interview. I'm sorry. I can't see that.
Some anonymous sources, which I think were cowardly, but they said that he was not taking the interview seriously and he was blowing off teams that he really didn't want to play for.
Well, here's what and
Deion said it too.
Here's what I ain't gonna do. Here's what Pastor Stanford will not do is buy his jersey.
Listen,
he ain't gonna be there long.
You can't buy no Cleveland.
It'll be a Gabe's. It'll be on that extra rack.
It's gonna be like every J-Lo marriage. It ain't gonna last long.
It'll be a TJ Maxx. Ross dressed for less.
I mean, how much of Shador's popularity though is just based on how pop culture has gravitated to Colorado U?
That's correct. Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
we're victims of our own hype.
They were 4-8 last year.
Right.
Like, what are we talking about?
I just don't see, what I don't see is how it made Cleveland right now any better. Besides, and I mean, we can say he's going to put seats in the stands. Cleveland is always packed.
And losing.
Right. We don't need no more fans.
You're really not the kind of, but in all honesty, the loyalty of Cleveland does not need somebody to make them excited like that. Have sat
Travis
there.
Hunter would have been a better.
That was my thing.
Right.
He was a better talent. He was a Heisman Trophy winner.
But this is my question. Then you said about Shador, the hype. But to me, it's a cultural thing for us.
Yeah.
Because we repeatedly, as black folk, develop a hype around something and then demand for whatever we're hyping up to win. And when it doesn't work out for us, we disappoint ourselves, Kamala. And we think we get so sure of a thing. What I'm saying, it literally does become black pride. Like whatever we start to really invest our energy into, we want it to win, even when if it doesn't make sense and we don't consider any other factors. And we're not being honest, I don't think. I think it's literally indicative of like this cultural pride we build up in certain things. Let Tyler Perry be up for an Oscar or something.
And don't win.
It's
racist.
Now, but we've been saying to each other his movies are garbage for years. But as soon as he go up against the white folks, we'll be like, well, it was unfair.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So do you think that's indicative of something we're doing to ourselves sometimes where we create these, like we're setting ourselves up to be let down?
I think so. I think so at this point, especially for him. But I mean, it goes to how are they really going to use him? If it's going to be a letdown, it's going to be a letdown if they try to put him right in.
Well, if they don't, then that's even a bigger PR disaster, right? If they don't start him the moment.
Well, they're going to start him in the preseason with a bunch of scrubs.
Well, they ain't going to cut him.
Right. Yeah, they're not.
He's
Heck, they ain't cut Watson. Well, they couldn't cut Watson.
They couldn't cut Watson.
That's an investment.
Yeah, they couldn't cut Watson.
A bad investment.
Right. Horrible investment. Well, I know
when the owner apologizes for signing somebody, that's bad, man.
Yeah,
4 years too late.
That's bad.
I know I know we got to move on, and I know you probably haven't been in. I don't know if you have or not, but it probably coming up next week. We got to discuss this whole Sinners movie.
Oh, I got to go see it.
Doc, we got it. Did you see it, Mike?
No, not yet.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait till next week.
So you saw it already?
I saw it on the boat, Doc.
Man, you had the bootleg version with the.
No, Doc. It was the HD. It was surround sound. It was was them movies called? Yeah, it was cold.
Oh, is that right?
It was cold. But yeah, we got to. First of all, let me say this. It's called Sinners, church people.
Listen,
It's
I've already
the
seen
name of
videos
the
about.
movie is
I've already seen
Sinners.
videos about Avoid the
I saw
movie.
Sinners today.
Listen,
Right.
listen. Every
Right.
Sunday is
Every
Sinners.
Sunday.
Episode of Sinners in the choir stand. No, I'm joking.
I ain't saying no comment.
You know they
Glenn.
sinners because they choir robes like this.
Listen, right. Glenn asked, do you think Cleveland waited to draft him to save that first round money? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
They just wanted, I mean, yeah, especially after giving Watson the money. I mean, and that goes for any team. I think every team that had an interest, and by the way, everybody didn't need a quarterback like that. So everybody can stop screaming about the whole NFL colluding, because 32 teams didn't need a quarterback like
Right.
that. Let's just stop that. Only a handful of teams even needed somebody. But yeah, man, I mean, if I can go from paying you $110 million to paying you rookie minimum.
We might demand more than that, though.
Okay.
Considering the personality.
He'll be at the Mirage on the Water at K&G.
Is that still open?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Stuck with
Man, I ain't heard that name in so long. Mirage on the Water.
2 floors, 2 stories. That was the place I couldn't
The
go
flats. The
Right,
flats.
the flats.
The flats.
to. Mike knows.
Hey, it's been a while. Let's say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody. What's up? Welcome back to Religiously Incorrect.
Thank y'all for
Sister
joining
KK,
us. Wow.
Dr. Wingfield. I'll see him next week. Brother Jason, Pastor Glenn. Y'all held it down Sunday. Sister Cora. Man, it's been good. It's been good getting a break, but it's even better being back. As you can see, we have our guest, Pastor Kevin Carson, with us in the house. Man, welcome, the pastor of New Beginnings Outreach Ministries, 2007 South Shinley.
You know it.
Man, how do I know all these addresses?
Yes, sir.
2007 South Shinley in Youngstown on the west side, which is the best side. We're so grateful to have him. Sister Janice Jones.
It's Johannes.
She toured up on Easter with us.
Yeah,
We're
she
so
did.
grateful. It's Sandra, Pastor Tatum. God bless you, and Pastor
I
Kevin.
saw Carletta on there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a bunch. It's a
Like,
bunch.
share, you know what to do. Let the world know we're back. We're back. So first things first, we bow in humble submission to the Lord in the passing of His Eminence Pope Francis II. Second Baptist is going to send a proclamation.
That Second Baptist of Warren.
Second Baptist of Warren. That will be held on file in our church archives.
One will be sent to the family.
One will be sent to the family. One will be sent to the family, and another will be held on file. You know, and they almost called second. I had a funeral there, like everybody else.
Right.
Everybody else go to second. We might as well come. We want the horse and carriage and the old school limo. Want Ben Hurt to sing "I Won't Complain." You know what?
My
Okay,
soul
let me
is
say it like
anchored.
this. Let me say this real quick. One of these popes got to have a black funeral.
Yeah.
One of these popes need to have a good old black funeral. They need to have.
Man, listen.
Wait, listen, we need a black pope.
Oh,
Yeah, there might
the
be a
guy
black-
from Youngstown didn't have a black funeral.
What guy?
He wasn't a pope, but the black bishop.
Was he a bishop?
Was he cardinal or bishop? What
was a
his name?
bishop.
Yeah, yeah. But
He didn't have a black
he didn't
funeral?
have a black funeral.
We're gonna make it happen, man. First of all, we're gonna get a black pope. Might as well- You know what? Let's go all the way. A black Baptist pope. Let's take him a black.
The closest you're gonna get is Olivia Pope.
A
So
pope.
it's from Scandal.
We gonna get.
The closest you gonna get, Doc.
Hey, 47 fell asleep. Okay, you know what? Funny story. I actually had a lady fall asleep on me, and she was knocked out like the first 5 minutes. Man, if I could have took my phone out in that pulpit, because I was already preaching, and she was gone. Today. They don't know what I'm talking about. Today. And I was like, am I that bad? I was like, am I that
What was your time?
She woke up. Sleep on, sleepers.
Wait.
She woke up and said, amen.
Wasn't he mad because he didn't get a seat in the front row? And he
I heard
fallen asleep?
that I heard that your president was upset. First of all, he wore blue to the Pope's funeral. Like this was some doggone debate. And then he was just sitting there scowling. Then they said he fell asleep.
Surprised he ain't wear his trash bag outfit.
Listen, you drove a cyber truck for the hearse.
It made everybody buy one.
He drove a cyber truck. What's up, Money? Good to see you. But yeah, so the Pope, we need a black Baptist Pope, and one of these popes need to have a black funeral. I mean, half of our preachers dress like popes as it is. I mean, why?
Listen.
We're already halfway there.
Listen,
Meet
absolutely.
us halfway.
Listen, I ain't doing all that kneeling and standing and
Yeah, that's
kneeling and
too much.
I can't do it. I don't care what they get. I just had surgery on my knees.
You just had surgery?
I ain't doing it.
That's from all that preacher twerking you was doing on the cruise. On the cruise ship.
Yes, sir.
Jeff got a
What
man-
happens on a cruise stays on a
Jeff got a man tan on
Wait
the
a
cruise.
minute. Wait. Let me tell y'all.
Go ahead,
I
man.
didn't go.
You didn't go.
But they asked me and my son wanted to do a little where we get on these rafts and ride down.
Like the excursion
So
thing?
yeah,
Okay.
excursion. So but a lot of the church went to the Bob Marley house.
Okay.
They had no idea.
Y'all ain't
Listen, when they
saved.
got on a bus, they had them rolled up.
Y'all ain't saved, man. Listen.
It wasn't a church. We all went on a
they're not
cruise
saved.
together, but they just wanted to go see Bob Marley's
Oh, yeah,
house.
I'm sure they did. Yeah, I'm sure.
Man,
Yeah, I know.
They was in there. They was in there.
Then after that, they went to Margaritaville. 'Cause they just wanted to honor Jimmy Buffett. You know.
Listen, we Baptists.
Listen.
We allowed.
That's
we allowed
what I'm talking about. Oh, sitting cruise on Easter.
Watching Center.
Watching Sinners. Yes. No, everybody was at the altar this Sunday, Jeff.
And listen, don't worry. The first time I went to that Second Baptist had communion, it was the
Listen.
livest.
We had Hennessy in the cups,
So your
man.
knees ain't sore for praying.
Listen, nah, not from praying. From 99 to 2000.
Bob
Cash money. The Bob Marley, and that was where was that at? In
That was in Ochos Rios, Jamaica.
Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Go ahead and write that down, Mike, so I can
Right.
tell the wife where we're going. But anyway, back to the Pope, since you want to talk about Bob Marley and the Pope in the same. I mean, so do you think we're going to get a black Pope?
I think
No. No.
Who saw Enclave?
Conclave?
Conclave was
I actually just watched it.
Yeah, well,
I just watched it the
there
other
was
night.
a black.
And you saw what happened to him, too, though.
Well, maybe
He got derailed. You know.
Hey,
Y'all didn't
listen,
see the movie.
we got-
Conclave is a good movie.
Conclave, yeah.
We
It's a
got
good
we
movie,
got
by the way.
Obama. That's all we gonna get, Doc.
But you got that's supposed to be gonna
They ain't
get.
giving us nothing else, Doc.
The Democrats will run a black female pope and then be mad and then she don't win. Pastor Carson, let us know if you need to send a shuttle for you because they're on.
send the shuttle.
Listen.
Send the shuttle.
Jeff got something rolled up in his pocket right now, man.
Absolutely,
This
Doc.
I ain't riding the car with him for at least 6 months, man. Getting pulled over.
I wasn't there, Bishop. Dang.
But I got to tell you, Pope Francis was a very progressive pope. Well, obviously, as traditional Christians, we don't agree with them on all the Catholic doctrines, but you can see that he was trying to definitely get away from some of the more toxic elements of the traditional Catholic Church. And, I think he was a good man overall for what he is supposed to symbolize as a representative of the Catholic Church. And I believe what he portrayed, ecumenically, trying to reach out to the Middle Eastern brothers and all the things going on. He did speak frequently against Trump and the administration with the immigration stuff, and obviously the war in Ukraine with Putin and all that. So I give him props for that.
Do they have anybody? What's their succession look like? What is
Well, the deacons, first of all, they call Grover. They call Deacon Willoughby. They call Deacon Willoughby in. And so what they do first, the deacons take over the service. And they say, listen, the pulpit is officially vacant.
We have started a pulpit committee.
The pulpit committee has been selected. One church mother.
They get sequestered, right? Like they
actually literally lock them down. So sometime in the next week or two, they lock them down into the basilica, whatever it is, and they cannot leave until they select the new pope. So if you haven't seen the movie Conclave, it's on Prime.
It's ironic, the time.
It was very good. Right, it just came out last year.
Okay.
And I just watched it, and it took me 2 nights.
Who in it?
It's a good movie.
Stanley Tucci, the dude from
Third Rock.
Third Rock to I say Harry and the Hendersons. The dad from Harry and the Hendersons. Ricochet.
He was the villain.
It was good though, but they have to be locked away, and every day they do a vote or two, and if they haven't selected a pope, they burn this black smoke that goes up a chimney, and everybody can see it out on the square. And then
So
when
what
they
do they burn when there's a black pope?
listen, some barbecue.
Some Bob Marley. Some Bob Marley.
They gonna burn some Eli's barbecue sauce, some Sweet Baby Ray's.
Open pit.
What's up, Rob? Good to see you, man. That open pit. They
That's how we gonna know.
gonna burn some chitlins when it's a black pope. But then when they do select the Pope, this has gone off the rails. When they do select the Pope, it'll be a white smoke. They burn white smoke. Of course.
They should reverse.
What else would it be?
If it's a black Pope, they should reverse.
They should reverse it? It would be cool to get a black Pope, man. Okay, so if you could select one prominent black spiritual leader to be Pope, if anybody could be Pope that wasn't Catholic,
No.
who would it be?
Denzel.
Denzel.
All right.
Man,
All right.
You just got ordained.
You.
Acting
Nigga.
pastor.
No, it could be
anybody.
It could be anybody.
Oh, wow.
It's Denzel. I'm telling y'all.
Nah, mine would
Denzel,
be Geno Jennings.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
I ain't
He probably paid
Morgan
to
Freeman
play
can't
the
do
Pope in the
nothing.
movie.
We'll play the Pope.
Well, anybody? Ain't it always off the rails? Yes, it's always off the rails. I don't know, man. I can see
50 Cent.
50 Cent.
Not 50 Cent.
What?
He said 50 Cent.
Why not 50?
That's a great question.
That's comedy. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Gilbert Patterson.
He's gone already.
We can bring it back.
Tupac, man. Tupac is Pope.
Well, T.D. Jakes is available.
T.D. Jakes, yeah.
Did you hear?
Pastor
He
Warnock.
resigned.
What'd he
Right?
do?
He passed the church over.
To who?
His daughter.
Stays in the family.
This is about to be woman, thou art loose forever. Thou art forever loose.
Change them sheets, not no more.
Change them sheets. Okay, Vicky said Pastor Warnock.
Somebody said Shaq. What do they want you to do?
Okay. All right. So y'all missed that question. Not make Puffy the Pope.
Puffy.
Yeah, he would fit right in with them priests.
Oh,
All right, we're going off the rails. But welcome back to Religiously Incorrect. We had a lot of making up to do. Pastor Kevin Carson is in the house, and we're just gonna chop it up, enjoy ourselves. We're gonna have Jeff show us his tan lines, his bikini tan lines.
Y'all don't see nothing up
He's
under
out
this
there in a
shirt.
man thong.
Absolutely. Indeed, Doc. Show it off.
Snoop will bring his own smoke.
that's true.
That's comedy. All right, y'all. You already know what time it is. It's been a few weeks, but it's time for Meme of the Week.
The Pope Dizzle for Rizzo.
There are no rails.
Meme of the week. Meme of the week.
Welcome to Religiously Incorrect, ladies and gentlemen.
Meme of the week. Meme of the week.
We thank you. Send us your memes of the week.
Meme of the week. Meme of the week.
We are, these are all jokes. We are just playing.
All right, y'all. So, Meme of the Week, for those that are the uninitiated, this is our weekly highlight of some sort of clip or picture or something that caught our attention. This one, I want to kind of throw this at the movement that's been afoot, and I'm very much a part of this, the Bring Back the Choir movement. Everybody wants to bring back the choir. And even if they don't have the choir size, they're still trying to do choir music, which I applaud, by the way. Shout out to Pastor Ellis and Antioch, because the old school Baptist Antioch choir did their thing today, and I really appreciated them.
All right.
But this is how to not bring back the choir. For those directors that have been out of it for a little while, and they're just a little too excited to try to direct these choirs. And y'all know how it used to be. They didn't play no games
Right.
back in the day.
You can't do that now.
You can't. Everybody quit the choir.
Right.
But this lady didn't get the memo apparently.
Get shot.
She didn't get the inner office mail.
She didn't get the inner office mail. The choir director from hell.
What?
Is this rehearsal? Oh man, that's bad.
So our choir should be grateful.
That's terrible. That's a good way to get shot. By
That's a good way to listen. I mean,
She probably used to be the stuff back in the day, though.
once upon a time.
When you got that fupa right there,
Did you say fupa? Arm fupa? What are you? That's not what, bruh.
Wow.
Are we about to get?
I know why y'all call it religiously incorrect.
You finally got the.
Oh, he finally got it. He finally got it.
Where this?
Completely out of order.
Where this goes to calling it sinners. Where this goes to calling it sinners.
Name change. Deliverance. Please. Deliverance.
I'm still tripping over what you called this, though. I'm still tripping over what you called this. I don't even think it's safe. It's not even PG-13 rated.
What did you say? A
She said fupa, man. This guy.
it's time to go. It's time to get.
This is what happened when he
Hey,
comes
Mike, you know what? This is the perfect time. Mike,
straight off the boat.
We only a
Hey,
half
Coach.
hour in, man. We in trouble.
perfect time we might as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
We might as well. We're already, she probably used to be the stuff back in the day.
And because of that,
Oh my God.
Rob said we need to bring back the real church band and not the paid musicians. All right, we got something for Pastor Jeff.
Oh Lord.
We got something for Pastor Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Oh my
For those that
God.
don't know, everybody
what is-
together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Pastor Sinner. Happy birthday to you.
a lot more
Cash App is Pastor J Standard.
Listen. Hey, go ahead and take it back, Mike. He can't even eat that. That's his sugar bag.
It really
It's
is.
sugar bag.
His teeth hurt just looking at it.
We had to get that diabetic cake for him. Hey, happy birthday, Pastor
Thank
Jeff.
you, man.
Happy
Appreciate
birthday,
it.
Pastor Jeff.
52,
Aren't
baby.
you 50, 11 years old? That's
50,
Jeff's
50,
favorite thing.
11.
50, 11. 50, 11 years old. 52. Oh,
52, man.
birthday.
getting up there.
Hey, man, didn't think I was gonna make it.
Didn't it? Never would have. Go ahead.
Didn't think I was gonna make
Go
it
ahead, man. Go ahead. I'll give you one.
a long time ago.
There we go. Go ahead.
Had heart problems last year.
You better talk that talk.
Had knee surgery the year before.
Watch your tone, Reverend.
Well,
I hear you.
but thanks be to God.
I hear you.
But thanks be to God.
Walk heavy, Doc.
Somebody said because he got up,
Because he got up.
I can get up.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can. You better watch it. Seriously, watch it. You about to have a heart attack.
Indeed.
I thought he was going to say the cake. He thought he was going to lose his life.
What?
Right.
The cake probably wasn't that on Jumanji? Kevin Hart couldn't eat cake.
Oh man, so it's been a few weeks, man. It's been a while. Pastor Kevin
been 3
Carson.
weeks,
It's been
man.
3 weeks since
3
we've
weeks
been able
since we've been on.
to connect. So we had to bring on my not only brother in ministry, but my cousin in the family. For folk that don't know,
Family, friends first.
you know, friends.
Yeah.
We were friends all the way back to high school. Me and his brother Rick and Kevin, and then we became family.
Family.
You know, I snatched that one of them yellow Carsons out of the.
That was the yellow
Out of
one.
that one, the yellow one, caramel one. That's more the caramel.
We gave you the brown one.
You get
You could have the yellow
They
one.
let you have
we
everything.
can add.
Now, Nettie, you just can't have. Not never. Now,
They had
silly,
Nettie.
you can have her if you want.
Silly.
Where is she?
I've never seen the dark one before.
I is pretty. I is kind.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That is
They
hilarious.
came out of the house of Tinky and George. Out of the house of Tinky and George.
Yeah, George.
I found out that we were becoming family, and then next thing you know, we're in ministry together.
Yeah.
And Pastor Kevin, as I said, is a pastor of the New Beginnings Outreach Ministries in Youngstown. Phenomenal ministry out there, man. Really grateful for what he's doing and how God's keeping him. We hate that we're ruining your entire career in ministry in one night.
How you
In
didn't come
night,
one
all
over
it
one
takes-
day.
All these years it took me to build.
Hey, they gonna turn into Baptist real quick. We need to have a meeting with you.
I need a Baptist opening.
We listen. We ain't corrupted Pastor Carson. But we're just here to chop it up, man. Oh, yeah, we got to do some ads. What ads are we doing? All of them?
All of them.
All right, Phillips Care Lawn Services. If my lawn wasn't flooded, I'd be calling them. Maybe if they could do Phillips Care, clean my wet basement out, I would call them. Check them out. They've been in business for well over a decade. I don't know why they're lying. They've been in business for over 20 years now. Call them at 330-219-7916. I promise you their service is excellent. Their rates are fair and their customer service is top notch. So check out Phillips Care with all of your yard needs this year. And while you're at it, check out Phillips Care cleaning service. Now, I might be calling them for this with this basement. Mm-hmm. They do everything, residential and commercial, move in, move out, carpet cleaning, steam cleaning, even different repairs and renovations to your house or building. Don't waste your time trying to do it yourself. Everybody can't be a George and me like me. Call my man Fernando at 219-7916 or look up Phillips Care online at Phillips Care LLC. Planning the perfect event? Look no further at Annex Events. We've got everything you need. To make your event unforgettable. They've got stunning tents, custom chairs will set up and tear down for you and save you all the time that you would be trying to do it yourself. You see the pictures on the screen. If you want a classy event like this, then give Annex Events a call. They do everything from churches, church events to graduations to parties. When Nana turned 100 years old, they will take care of you. And you saw that bomb outdoor tent for the summertime. Make sure you give them a call at 330-766. I'm sorry, 330-979-2909. It's on the screen. 330-979-2909 or check out annexevents.com. Mention our show and you'll get 10% off. Take care. I had a whole nother phone number on here, y'all. It was crazy.
Do they really
Probably
get
some
mention our
pastor I'm
show?
never gonna call
they
back.
Got that mention our show and they get 10% off. Did they
get 10%. Yeah.
Or did you just add that in?
I guess they got it now. They get it now. So I wanted to do a bit of a Holy Week recap. The Easter season is past. For those of us who aren't sinners, who aren't on cruise ships during the Holy Week.
You was on the whole Holy Week?
Man, it was
They took an Easter cruise.
It was a whole
Easter
thing.
cruise.
He took them from the tomb
to the boat.
to the carnival.
To the ship.
To see sinners.
To see sinners. Of all things. Of all things.
Yeah, you didn't watch The Passion.
Yeah, we're not going to watch The Passion tonight.
Commandments come on every
It
year.
wasn't on dock. It wasn't on.
It wasn't on.
It wasn't on the boat.
I know what type of time y'all was on.
So Easter is, of course, the most important time in the life. And I made a comment. It's the most important time in the life of a church. I made a comment to our church some weeks before. And my comment was this. If we don't take our most holy days seriously, nobody else will.
That's right.
And I really feel like that's one of the downfalls of modern Christianity is that we've made such like a lightness of it. And when we do, it's more like marketing. You know, when we do pay attention, it's just more like marketing and gimmicks and stuff. And meanwhile, there's like 1 million people in Rome, you know, at the Vatican. And you know, if you go to the Muslim holy places, I mean, they just really take it. And then we're over here, you know, suspended from the rafters and stuff and doing weirdo stuff. So, you know, Easter was phenomenal at our church. I think in many of our churches. It wasn't lost on anybody that fell on 420. So I did see some...
Well, I do want to say to even
House of Marley, you know.
I do want to say even before then, I think you made a good point. And I know we haven't been on in a while, but I think you made a good point, even with our Good Friday services and these 7 last words. And I think it has become...
Oh, listen, I was going to get to it.
It has become a mockery, you know, these 7 last sayings in a lot of different places, you know. And I kind of like...
7 last misappropriated scriptures is what I like to call it. Because at this point, we just say anything.
I mean, if you're going to do the 7 last sayings, at least talk about the saying that you're doing.
Well, you have to actually read the Bible to do that.
Okay.
And unfortunately...
We got away from that this year.
You got away from the 7 last?
Yeah, we did a revival.
Well, you did a whole Holy Week revival.
Did a whole Holy Week revival. And the only instructions I gave was to bring it back to Jesus.
But that's wise though.
Right.
Because I mean, but after a while, and I don't know like when 7 last saying services started. Because you know, before that, you know what it was before 7 last sayings? It was the Stations of the Cross.
Absolutely, yes. Now I remember
It was
when
the
you said that.
Stations of the Cross. And for those that don't know, we did it in second a couple of years ago. You literally set up like a traditional Easter play, but sometimes it's literally in different spots in the church, and you do the primary scenes of the gospel or the passion story, so to speak. But then, I don't know, it just became a thing with the 7 last words. It became a way to get a church fellowship going, or to give your ministers, if you have a lot of ministers, a chance to preach. A lot of our ministerial alliances and groups do that to give different pastors a chance. I always give a big shout out to the graphic designers that can get 7 different pictures on one flyer and a host pastor. I mean, if you could do that. And then some of those flyers are so hilarious because like one will have a real professional photo and the other one will have like a selfie in their car.
I remember you called one of my flyers a 1990.
No, I didn't.
I was just starting out, trying to, broaden my horizons.
I'm only honest with the people I love, man. I'm only honest.
It was motivation for me.
Was that motivation?
Well, you've been a whole lot of motivation to me, I guess.
But I mean, do you think it's time to retire 7 last words? At least for a while, like the choir, like take it away, then maybe you should bring it back. It'll be fresh again.
I mean, is that even religiously, theologically correct? 7 last sayings. He's still talking.
Was it? Well,
I mean, why are we saying
Right.
last sayings?
I guess
still talked out.
He still said. Well, I guess it was as he was dying,
Right.
when he was
The
actually
7 last sayings
physically.
before he died.
But it was physically on the cross,
Right.
right? Are we sure?
Well, maybe we should advertise it differently.
Well, I just think there's a lot of other things to talk about.
I do believe one thing I can say is that, and I can't even remember the last time I didn't do them. It does expand, because at some point or another you're gonna get the same one, or you know what I mean, and you kind of want to say something different. You know what I mean?
But that's the problem with it, though, is that we're so obsessed with saying something different that you start saying things wrong.
Well, yeah.
Because let's just be clear here, especially that.
Anything biblically, yeah.
Those words mean what they mean.
Absolutely.
And they really don't. I mean, we all know how imaginative preachers can be. But I thirst means I'm thirst. That's what it means. I'm thirsty. That's what it means. They were like, hey, when you're like, no, I'm thirsty, bro. Bring some water. I'm done. But, the scriptures can't mean everything, but we do. And we will go, I've heard like political speeches off of it. I've heard prophetic stuff, all of that. There are other words. Y'all can steal this idea. I know you preachers be lurking. We know y'all lurk on here. You might as well go on ahead and say hello. Do a 7 other words service. Do like the 7 words or sayings. Doesn't even have to be 7. Do sayings that were said before he actually made it to the cross. Well, maybe do sayings of other people and not Jesus, like Pilate, like the thief on the cross. And not so much the day we be in paradise, but the guy who spoke to him. Or, or whatever. Because there were enough. The accusations in the Sanhedrin, the Peter denial, all that. Other words. I did see a service of a friend of mine in another state that did words or happenings after the cross.
That's what I was about to say.
They did a service the week after, literally on the Wednesday after.
The 7 first words.
A lot of individuals don't even know about. They don't know that he came back and dwelled here for
absolutely,
quite a while.
Yeah, like this guy just floated off the cross.
Yeah,
like
they just think that's the
went
end
up in a
of
balloon like Wizard of Oz or something.
Or you could do the parables. the miracles of Christ.
Yeah, miracles.
You could do
just do something fresh.
The foreshadowings of Christ.
Just take communion and shout. How about that? Just take communion on Good Friday and shout.
It's gonna come down.
Just holler. Just holler. Well, how about Easter plays and Easter speeches? Did you guys do Easter plays and Easter speeches this year?
No Easter plays. No Easter speeches.
I don't. I'm.
Did they have Easter services on the cruise or anything?
Yeah.
He didn't go.
No, I didn't go. They have.
He was watching Sinners.
He was watching Sinners.
Listen, I want our cruise to relax, but no, I think Easter plays have kind of.
Okay, I will say this boldly. There's nothing wrong with going back to the book and not trying to be overly creative with it, because now we have generations that don't even know the basics of the story. You're better off just going back to the good old book that used to just tell everybody be a part. Everybody, you be a soldier, you be Pilate, and go back to describing who these people were. Because I think preaching for the churchified has been so advanced that we're just preaching past the basics of the story because there's so much truth and revelation and prophetic word. And it's all true and real. But with a new generation coming into the church, they weren't raised on the Christmas story, the Easter story with all the players that were known. Like we knew who the players were, the Herod versus the high priest, Caiaphas versus Pilate versus the soldier versus the thief on the cross. Now we're talking past it, and the newer generation coming into the church doesn't know it. We assume they know it. And so, first of all, I'd argue that we probably need to preach around the Easter story more than just Easter.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Not just Jesus on the cross, like we all like to end a good Baptist sermon, but I'm talking about some of the happenings around Easter more than just Easter, and not just make it a once a year thing.
The funny thing is, and you just talked about the first time you met me, but the first time I met Todd, or the first time I heard you preach, was I can't laugh because I know how you is. But the first time I heard you was when they done. I think it was what was your cousin Dow done like the 2 week long.
Yes, the 2 week revival.
Every day for 2 weeks they had a revival, but you pitch hit for somebody.
I did,
but you preached the Easter sermon.
Yeah,
and it was just because I was like,
it was the only sermon I had.
That's a good one.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
But you
with
killed it.
That was his interview for Second Baptist.
Right. Scott is over here giving production notes to Mike. What?
It's a different kind of camera, Scott.
Scroll up a little bit, Mike. Scroll up a little bit. Love the concept of taking other words that Jesus said. Yeah. Go back up a little bit. Thank you, Mark. Too many 7 Last Sayings services have turned into a competition between the preachers. Like I said, 7 last words at a dunk contest of preachers. It's like, oh, that's what you got. Watch this. I'm a windmill. And nobody sticks to like 5 minutes or whatever. There's always one that wants to go way over.
And I mean, because sometimes you do get in front of somebody who is just,
well, let's
ridiculous.
just be honest. There's always somebody who's ridiculously good, and there's always somebody who's ridiculously bad.
Absolutely.
Now let's be honest. Let me just drink to that root. There's always the one you wish hadn't been invited. Or they just talk about something totally off course. Now, Leah said she's old and she could use that information of who is who. I think I'll die on this hill. A back to basics church is a powerful church.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm all for the prophetic, and I know that God is advancing and progressing his people, especially those of us that have been in this. There is always something new and fresh that God wants to do in us and through us, and it's beyond maybe the babe in Christ. But man, there's like a harvest out there, and I think Easter proves it. Yeah. And we have to speak to that, to be honest, just to be serious for a minute. I did do foot washing spontaneously. Now, I'll tell you, if you watch the tape, you guys can go back and watch the tape. I had sent the deacon to the back to give me some towels at the end of the sermon. Give me some towels and some water. And I just want a water bottle. I was going to do a real small little something.
Impromptu?
He took too long, though. I'm like, I'm trying to sing this hymn. I'm on the last verse, Doc. Like, bruh, the hymn is, the water's right there, bro. I was about to sing the lines back there.
Did you use your tears?
Listen, partially. No, I didn't clean it with my hair though.
You could have back in a couple years ago when you had Dietrich Hagen going on.
No, right? Yeah, I could have dried it with my tears, with my hair, with my process. Yeah. I had a whole process going on for a while. But I mean, it was powerful though. I mean, because it wasn't planned, it wasn't meant to be contrived, and a show, and it's never a show, but. You get drawn into the moment if you allow yourself to. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I wish as a church we would not bypass is let the story and the scriptures speak for themselves. Yeah. And it really should do something to you no matter how long you've been in this.
Absolutely.
And no matter how long you've learned or heard the story, which is why that's one element of the Baptist experience that I appreciate. Because at first I was like, these Negroes really gonna lay Jesus down and pick him back up every single sermon, like for real, like the same. But then it gets to you.
Right.
Then it gets to you. And me personally, I love finding just first of all, familiar ways, but at the same time, innovative ways to tell the story. Yeah. To come back to it. You know, after you have talked about everything else, don't forget one Friday.
Yeah.
You know, and then just kind of go with it.
That's it.
And then to the church, I believe that the world will be impacted by a church that is truly moved by its own faith.
Yeah.
Not just going through the motions, but truly moved by it. Like you can see the church has come down from going through the rudiments, performing, singing real well, preaching all great. And now you're like right there with the rest of the world in awe of the cross. And I think that that's what the world is drawn to, is people who are like truly captivated by what they believe has saved them. Scott has a question. Do you think that there is a wealth of 7 last words topics that make a sermon easy so the pastor can focus more on Easter service activities and extras? So he's saying, like, do we do these 7 last words and stuff so that the pastor can focus more? I mean, in a way, like I choose to preach myself on Good Friday and Easter. But I think some pastors kind of punt because they know, first of all, you got to give folk a chance to preach. So that's a good way to do that. But second of all, it's a lot of preaching if you do all the preaching.
Absolutely. It can lead up. It can be a good lead in to your Sunday morning service. It can be if you really focus on that entire week and you know all the things that took place. And like you said, and go the week after. You know, I think the one year I done go run tell that. You know, with Jesus.
Did you do that like DAT run tell that?
No.
Oh.
No.
That sounds like something you do. It sounds like something that Jeff would do. That run tell that.
No, go run tell that. But
that's true. It used to be to give young preachers an opportunity. Now we know about this, Kevin.
Right.
When we were the young preachers waiting for a shot.
2 to 3 minutes.
Brother, get it in and get it out and don't let them pull your coattail.
You got to hoop.
Tell me about some of your experiences being that young minister, getting your, or being put on the spot.
Well, you know, getting started young, I think one of the hardest things was having something of substance. You know, if you could hoop, then you got another chance.
Yeah,
Didn't know
that is
what
true.
you was talking about.
Right.
As long as you could get the people excited, they said, "Oh, you got fire."
You got fire.
that's potential.
You got potential.
Until I got older, you know, you had a gift, but you didn't have no word,
right?
Meat, you know. So then you have to learn how to gel it together, you know. But you got 2 to 3 minutes, and you got up there and you hooped for 2 to 3 minutes, and then you got another chance.
How do you feel the Holy Week revival? Was that your first time doing it?
No. See, when we I got Mike put in my hand on a Sunday night, my first message was get your stinking flesh together. So
What?
You know they brought me back.
Well, how old were you?
6.
What? Did you say 6?
6.
Y'all heard
That
it
was
here,
your
y'all.
Prophesying.
Pastor Kevin's first sermon at
It's a
6.
prophetic
Get your
message.
stinking
Get
flesh.
your stinking flesh.
Look where we are today.
Look
that
where we
message
are at.
is relevant. It's relevant.
Jeff needs that
What
sermon.
was you talking about, Lazarus?
Get your stinking flesh.
He's trying to tell you something. What was your text for that?
There was no text. That's what I'm
You
trying
were
to
just
tell
talking.
you. You was 6 years old. You was given a mic, and you would
That's
pick
hilarious.
up all of these different things through your subconscious and through hearing older preachers. And I was young.
Was it that community or progressive?
I'm not naming no churches. We was
Listen, you're on religiously. Ain't nobody
was
watching, man.
studying.
Ain't nobody watching.
we
Go
was
ahead.
studying. We was.
Ain't nobody watching. Go ahead, say it.
I ain't messing with y'all.
Go ahead, say it. Ain't nobody.
I gotta preach next week.
You got 6 days to get saved again, Kevin. Don't worry.
No, but you really would. You would
just
study
talk.
preachers,
Yeah.
and you would just learn
emulate them.
how to get the people excited.
Yeah, that's true.
And you didn't really, have anything of substance. And then when you get older and you live a little, then you start preaching a lot of your experience.
And you get slightly embarrassed at how you used to present. You it's a little cringy. You know,
It is cringy.
Mother Mars told on you.
Don't let the Jada said, "Don't let them set you up." Oh, you can't save him now, First Lady. You can't save him now.
I'm in the Lions.
Right, you're in the Lions. Then the doors have been locked.
Yes, sir.
The doors are locked.
But now that's when you were 6. But when you got your first opportunities,
I can honestly
to preach.
say I've never preached a 7 last sayings when I was coming up.
You never preached them?
Never preached it.
I might have done maybe 1 or 2. I did one I've only done a couple. I'm very few because we didn't do them when I was growing up at Agape. We didn't do them, and I did a TCIMA one a couple years ago. I don't want to, so I avoid the invitations. I'm busy.
You've been invited to do something?
Yeah, I'm
like right now?
I'm usually busy. I usually have other.
So they actually still invite senior pastors? They do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff was in one. They had a phenomenal one down in Steubenville.
Really?
Yeah, they have senior pastor ones.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
I mean, all you gotta look on Facebook. They're all over. I mean, it's
over.
a million of them.
I thought that
Kevin's
was
too safe for Facebook. He just gets on invited to church and then he logs off and pours oil on his phone. He logs off and then pours oil on his phone.
You should see my phone after this.
Right.
All the oil.
Just greasy.
All the oil.
Poor KJ trying to play with it. Falling all over the place. Yeah, they do.
I've been tainted. The oil has been tainted.
See,
I didn't know that they did that for senior pastors.
We did one with TCIMA. Second Baptist hosted about 3 years ago, maybe, and I think I was like one of the finishers, being the host pastor.
And then you and I done one. Well, we done with over at Pastor Hurd's church.
We did do Pastor Hurd.
Shout out to Pastor Hurd.
Shout out Pastor Hurd. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not a fan. Like, I'm not being funny, but dog, don't call me. Don't call me.
Now that I know y'all do them, don't call me.
First of all, I'm a prime time. No, I'm joking. I need all 35 minutes to be honest. Just being honest.
Well, that's when you the last person because they get to.
The last person gets to just take their time.
Yeah,
You get grace. You get grace.
Yeah. And then here's the thing about those 7 last words that you have to fight at the end because nobody wants to leave him there. Mm-hmm. That's the hardest thing. Yeah. Nobody wants to leave Jesus. But again, I found it moving in which we do like a noonday service on Good Friday. To walk away in that moment does something to you.
Yeah, that was powerful.
Yeah.
To do something, does something to you.
That was powerful.
To you.
Yeah.
So Easter Sunday.
Your foot washing was when?
It just came up at the end of the sermon. After the sermon was over, we were singing our final hymn on Friday. I just asked the deacon to go grab me some water.
And you just
how many feet did you wash?
How many feet?
How many fetuses did you wash?
Fetuses?
How many feet did you wash?
I didn't wash.
Well, we know there was at least 2.
I didn't wash. Well, I don't know. No, I did 3 in my ministers.
I mean, deacons or ministers?
I did 3 ministers.
Okay.
The Robinsons and Pastor Osborne.
So that's 6.
6 feet.
No, because when I was at Elam, we used to do like 20. Like, I mean,
you had a whole church smell like Fritos. I'm not doing that.
We did do a foot wash. Ours was scheduled. This is our second straight year.
I do get a little nervous because,
service.
one of these days, you surprise somebody that wasn't ready for it. Grandma used to always say, man, make sure you have some clean underwear and socks on at all times because you just never know.
Well, preachers used to do a lot of impromptu exercise. Like they would say, take off your shoes real quick.
Oh, yeah. Take off your shoes.
You ain't got on different color socks.
Yeah, take off. Yeah.
Holding your socks. Holding your socks.
You trying to fold it under your toe. Trying to tuck it in.
I mean, but every preacher ain't, some people got that athlete's foot, John,
Hey,
just
it's a small sacrifice compared to whatever feet Jesus was washing. So
that's true.
I think that, and we have hand sanitizer now, so you can live. Yeah. You better get some tough acting tonight.
Crazy.
All right, Easter Sunday.
Parma Stone.
How was it? I mean, how was Easter?
You can't go right from.
Yes, you can.
What?
Easter.
We all know how Easter was for Jeff. He was with sinners, and
well, he said I had new socks. Glenn said he had new socks.
I had on new socks. I love it.
Glenn, Carla got you wearing new socks every week.
She burned the old ones every week.
You got to match her stockings with your socks.
You got shimmery socks.
Shimmery socks. Oh, Michael Jackson looking.
You got.
All right, man. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
You got them coffee socks.
I know it's been a while. Let's bring it back now. Come on.
All right. So how was Easter? We had 2 services. And so for the first time, at least non-pandemic related, I had eliminated our sunrise service, and I did an 8 o'clock early service because, you know, we have a capacity thing on Easter. We're one of them churches. It'll pack up, and I wanted some people to come and hello, Janice.
I keep seeing John mad.
That's what I was thinking of, John Madden. Rest his soul. Anyway,
let's bring it back, y'all. Let's bring it back.
Wants us to bring it back.
Let me get this out the way.
Get it out the way,
so
man.
that everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
I was not. It was not planned.
What?
It was not planned for us not to be there. So it's just so that you know, Kevin. Now forget the rest of the crowd.
Why was it a
What
nude
happened-
cruise?
what
Or why
happened-
was it a nudist colony cruise for
You know,
singles?
that's-
You went on
I'm trying to be serious, Mike. Talk to your employee.
You went on a
Listen.
Tom Joyner fantastic voyage
I'm about to mute his mic.
with Lakeside and Cool in the Gang.
Hey, we was gonna have fans like,
The all-white party. Where the fans at?
hey, no. So the church wanted to go on a cruise.
The church wanted to go on a
Church
cruise.
wanted to go on
It's
a
the church's idea, second Steubenville.
No, the church wanted to go on a cruise. So we planned a cruise. We did not know it was Easter when we planned it.
The church didn't know it was Easter?
No, nobody. We just planned. No, we just planned.
The story's getting worse.
The church.
Listen,
one
I'm just
job.
saying.
That's the
We
most
picked a
important
week. We
thing.
picked a week, and and then when we did find out it was, everybody had already
The
put their
calendar
money
didn't
down.
tell you?
We didn't look at the calendar. We just picked a week.
But there was a big
But
Easter
listen-
egg on the carnival flyer.
No, it wasn't.
It was cruising with the Easter bunny. What do you think it
Anyway,
Where your
let me
bunnies?
finish. Let
Where your
me
bunnies?
finish my story.
was? Story.
Let me finish my story.
Talk on your mic, Jeff.
And so when we did figure out it was Easter, everybody had already planned their money. I talked to the church. I said, "Listen, we can eat. I can cancel myself. Everybody else can go." And the church was like, "Nah, because I mean, literally, it was literally like 50 of us, and so that's where
Jeff
it came.
offered to
And so it'll
sacrifice himself on
it'll-
Easter.
This guy, you can make a joke out of anything.
He became a martyr.
He became a martyr for Easter. He said, I'm going to take one for the team, y'all.
The Scott's
to.
comment.
It's good. So you deliberately planned 420? So I'll tell you how sad, speaking of that, Scott, I'll tell you how sad it was to read social media and see posts that said, the church is wild. Why would y'all put Easter on 420?
Are you serious?
Like 420 came first.
That goes-
And we just chose
That goes back to show you the lack of
the lack.
education.
Yeah, I mean, I literally saw a post like, y'all wild for putting Easter on 420. Like, who is y'all, first of all?
Wow.
And I did see a couple of somewhat inappropriate flyers, One said,
flyers?
let's get higher with Jesus.
Oh, wow.
And it was just a little bit too much green, in the flyer.
I mean, that was gonna happen.
Should have told
It
him Palm
was just-
Sunday was the
Palm Sunday was the week before, exactly. You could have brought your own palms. Bring BYOP. Bring your
And they
own
laid
palms.
those down. That would have been a nice concept.
That would have been a
Got
nice
them for
concept.
20.
Somebody would have picked them suckers right back up and sold them. But Easter, I mean, we had a phenomenal Easter service. How did it go at New Beginnings? It was good.
Well, I watched yours. I watched some of yours as well. No, you didn't have them.
No, we did. We still have.
They had- yeah.
We still
Yeah,
have.
I
One.
was just being funny. I didn't watch- But I did watch some of yours. New Beginnings was good. I mean, we had a lot of souls come to Christ, and that's really what it was all about.
Yes, sir.
So it was really
Yes,
good.
sir.
Good service.
I mean, it's good. We always joke about the Easter, the Easter slump. The post Easter slump. But it's to be expected. I mean, what's people go to church on special days. There's no point in like bashing people or
Historically, is Easter really?
Does it really? Is it?
Easter and Mother's
All the
Day.
Service? Mother's Day. What about
Is it
New Year's
really?
Eve? I
Is
wonder
it?
what-
Has people? Y'all out there? Have y'all really had it post Easter's? We had a great Sunday.
We had a bit of a slump. No, I wasn't there. I had to preach for Pastor Ellis.
Oh, you wasn't there. Okay.
Well, they didn't know. I mean, we did a little bait and switch where I parked in my regular parking space. Then I slipped out 3 minutes before service, So they didn't know. I mean, so it wasn't like it was announced. But I mean, I think it happens. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It just is what it is. You know, it's not terrible. Did y'all do like a special choir or anything, or special music for Easter, anything to add it to the service?
No. We try to really get away from all the theatrics.
Okay.
And not do too much, you know, because your regular churchgoers are looking like, you know, hey,
What is all this?
Yeah, why are we doing all of this,
Yeah.
you know, for this Sunday?
Yeah.
So we try to keep it as normal as possible.
I'm guilty in both the presentation of the service and the preaching in the past of overshooting it.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's inorganic in a way, and you no longer feel like your church.
Right.
And sometimes you'll go through the year and have too many good services, good church with just what you do.
Right, right.
And then you try to like make it
Build
this special
build it up.
thing. Now, I'm not saying it's all gimmicky. I mean, I think you're just trying to give extra effort to a special day, which I believe is good. It's worthy to do. But I think sometimes we get too far outside of ourselves. We're like overthinking the sermons. Even to the point to where you don't have to like literally preach an empty tomb service, which I did this year, but you don't have to specifically just beat that to the ground necessarily. You can still get back to it and remind why we're here and blah, 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 blah. But I just feel like there's some merit in being yourself. Especially because when you do get these Easter Mother's Day crowds, it gets awkward. Because you got a lot of non-praisers, you got a lot of extra faces,
right.
and then
They almost
the guests
dictate
the flow of the service. So the guests are guests, but then the regulars start looking at the guests and taking their cues from them.
Right.
So now we're all just staring at each other for a while.
Right.
You know,
one of the things that I really love about, it's different, is that I have two sets of musicians.
Okay.
And so the one musician works with the choir and with the men's quartet, whatever it's called, and the other musician just works with the praise team. So I never know who's singing that Sunday. You know, it's just if the one guy's off, he's gonna be there and he's gonna work with. So, you know, every Sunday is a little bit different. So, you know, whoever was gonna be there that Sunday or that Easter Sunday is gonna be the one.
Oh, so you're just doing it regardless. Right. Now, I move mine around because like our men would have sung on Easter this year, but I shifted them with our main choir because I kind of know they really wouldn't have wanted to, and maybe they would have. I don't want to speak for Glenn. Glenn, I don't know. Glenn, you might have been ready for his close up, you know, but I do like to have my main choir sing on Easter, and we have a nice twice a month mass choir, if you want to call it that, you know, family choir. And I usually just move it around and whatever either they sing an extra week or I switch them with somebody for that month, because we have like a 2 week of the mass choir, then the men, then the children. You know, and fifth Sunday we start doing young adult choir, which has been great. That went really nice.
So do you mirror the same thing in both services? Same songs and everything?
Not exactly. We did one song flip from one to another, and I preached 2 different sermons. I preached 2 different sermons. Yeah.
I had on 2 different robes.
And I had on 2 different robes.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, I had 2 different robes.
It is interesting and fun to have the mass choir back, though. You know, because we hadn't.
Yeah, I saw you guys.
It's definitely interesting to have it back. So
I'm surprised you haven't gone to the mass choir model yet. I mean, at least like once in a while. Have you done that yet? Because I mean, you got the music. I mean, you.
We did last year.
Okay.
Shout out to Minister Mark Raines.
Okay. Shout out.
He put a choir together last year.
Yeah,
this year we had the revival, so we weren't able to get everything organized.
I get it.
But,
that makes sense.
No, that's always, you know, the good thing about choirs is that it brings individuals who may not be praise team
Correct.
capable
Yeah.
to be a part of the choir, and it's a good way to bring everybody together.
Right.
I mean, you definitely have one of the most, you know, best praise
Gifted
teams.
praise and music ministry.
I'm blessed.
You are blessed,
Humble,
brother.
Blessed by
I
it.
mean, you can share the wealth a little bit. I feel like the Godfather. I mean, why should the Godfather have all of that?
You had all the politicians in your
You have all the politicians in your back pocket.
At one time, Todd was running the show.
Right. I had all the politicians. Kev got all the praisers. But yeah, I mean, I like it. And there's nothing wrong. Like, there have been times like at Agape and for a while at Second, when we were kind of in praise team era because of the pandemic, where you just did an Easter choir.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You know, nothing wrong with doing something special. Now, one thing I've also noticed about doing the Easter choir stuff is, I mean, do stuff people can get with.
When you were at Agape, you did choirs that actually did praise team material. Sometimes they were.
Sometimes they did.
Traditional
Yeah.
choir songs.
Yeah, but when Junior was there, it was Neville's Temple Part 2 for a while. So it was Holiness or Hell for a while.
He was doing good.
I was doing good. But it was nice. It was nice. Speaking of which, I saw a clip of a bishop preaching at 91 years old, man. Bishop Neville's is a beast.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw that.
Bishop
All
Neville's
respect
is a
to
beast.
Bishop
God
Neville's.
bless Bishop Neville's.
Neville's.
And he was street preaching the other
Street
week,
preaching.
too. And street preaching on his birthday. How would you like to spend your birthday? Not like Pastor Jeff.
Today is my birthday. I'm here. I'm here spending my birthday here.
But I'm telling you, it's phenomenal to see what the churches do. And I think just good church. I'm a big. If I were to be a church consultant and people would ask me what can we do to grow our church, and I would say just have good church.
Yeah.
Whatever you are, if you're Baptist, if you're Kojic, if you're non-denom, if you're Maverick City-ish, or if you're, Ricky Dillard-ish, do what works best for you. Do what's in your wheelhouse. Do what you can do, and do it well.
Do you think the church sound is missing?
I think it's coming back.
I believe it's coming back.
I think it's coming back.
It's coming back.
And man, we can have a whole other conversation because we've all had this conversation. There's a tension in the fact that it's coming back because there's been such a hard fight to force it in a different direction, only to be proven that with the people, particularly the saints and those who are seeking, they want and they respond to a church sound. Yeah. Now, there's a crew in there that, and there's nothing wrong with being progressive and modern. There's always been a movement there, but like overtaking the whole sound of the church, it's gotten beat back, almost like what we thought was going to take over has not really. Right. And now we're starting to see even churches that do production with excellence, and they do all of the extra acumens and stuff, they're going right back with all of that to the choir and church sound. Yeah. And I was glad people were like, listen, when Easter Sunday comes, turn that keyboard down, turn that organ up, and have church.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So I'm glad to see it.
Yeah. And I think it's not just even Easter Sunday. I think we're seeing a return to it.
Right.
In general.
Right. And I agree with you, Sister Janice. There's room for it all. Thank you, Mark. Every house has a sound. You should know your sound.
Right.
I do believe that the broader culture, you have to be cognizant of your culture and your context.
Isn't there a sound, though?
There is a sound.
I mean, I know we don't using the term
our people have
sound,
a sound.
But there is a sound.
Our people have a
sound. It should sound different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I think when you talk about a sound, I think that sound comes from, like you said, if you're Ricky Dillardish, if you're Baptist, if you're Pentecost.
But there's nothing worse than being old school Baptist and trying to be Maverick City.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Or you're Maverick City and you trying to be, Aretha Franklin or something. It's just not there.
But away from denominationalism, I'm just saying church as a whole. It has a sound, right? I mean,
depends on which church you're talking about, though. Black church has a sound.
Yeah, black church.
Black church, yes. Yes.
There is indeed a sound.
Yeah, there is a sound.
And so all I would say is, to there being room for it all, yeah. I agree 100%. Mm-hmm. But if you were to ask me what's like the root foundation of who we are, I couldn't say it's necessarily what we've heard in the last 5 years. And can I just say it like this? There's a reason some songs stick and some don't.
It's true.
There's a reason some sounds stick and some don't.
Even if we do CCM material, I still think our culture has a way of putting their sound on it.
We can't help it.
Yeah, which is a good thing. I
mean, we make everything better.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
We do.
We make everything better. And honestly, here's the sad thing about it, and they profit from it.
Yeah. That's true.
Because if it wasn't for us taking that thing and flipping it and putting something on it after it had like its initial run in the predominant culture,
CC Wine is good.
And then we bring it in. I mean, listen, the black church done wore How Great Is Our God out 30 years later. Yeah. I mean, you can't tell us nothing. So I was like, but like you said, when push comes to shove, we're back in I Won't Complain land.
Absolutely.
I wonder how many of those hymns were really written by us, but
a lot of them weren't. But it's the same. So there's nothing new under the sun. Right. In the same way that we've taken CCM music and given it its soul, we took How Great Thou Art. Yeah. We took Amazing Grace. Yeah. We took Precious Lord.
You put soul in it. It's just really.
We took a lot of songs that didn't have Precious Lord might not fit in there, but we took a lot of songs that didn't have that soul, man. And you put a good squall on it.
It's true.
and you taking those old Dr. Watts hymns and stuff.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is go to Dr. E. Dewey Smith page,
Brother.
and say,
Listen to him.
E. Dewey Smith
singing hymns.
He does.
and he
Listen
kills
to
them.
Donnie's.
Bishop Marvin Wine, he sings.
Yeah, listen to Marvin Wine and listen to
Mm-hmm.
Donnie McClurkin. Listen to any black preacher that pulls these songs out, and all we need is the choruses. We don't know the verses. We just sing the we don't know the verses. But I mean, I'm appreciative of it all. But again, and there's nothing wrong with having your own preference. Right. And thank you to Pastor Mac, bless your bones, Pastor Mac, who says the sound must match the ministry.
Yeah.
I think the personality of the preacher and the worship leader play a big part in that. And again, back to the theme of Holy Week and Easter, don't try to get up one Sunday a year and be something you're not. Because that's a disaster waiting to happen. Or it sets up a false expectation. Even if you do it well, they're going to expect that joint every week.
Every week. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've learned that the Jesus you present is the Jesus you must maintain.
Oh, that's good.
So you have to make sure
Now
that
he wants to preach.
I'm not.
No, he got it, man. I saw that twitch come. If I take that chain off and just go to town. But you're right. The Jesus that we present is the Jesus we have to maintain.
We have to maintain. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
And that's why, a lot of these guys, they go out and for even like an Easter Sunday, and they rent a pianist for $500, and you whatever, and the next week you ain't gonna be there.
Nah, man.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
You back to old lady in the choir robe.
Yeah, we telling them come back now.
Come back now, y'all. Y'all come back. Y'all come back. It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not gonna be
If
the
it
same.
rolls up on Easter,
Hey, y'all throw some questions at Pastor. If you ever wanted to ask us an Easter-based question or a Holy Week question before we go next 5 to 10 minutes, or if you want to hit up Pastor Kevin for a question. How long you been pastoring New Beginnings now, man?
Man, you was there.
I was there. I know, but I just wanted you to tell the story. I preached a sermon for your installation as assistant
8 years.
pastor.
Yeah, going on 8 years.
8 years, brother.
8 years.
Yeah, we see the grades coming in, Doc.
Yeah, and we do bring Pastor Todd in every year.
Oh, man, I love it.
I bring him in every year.
We are the friends now that call each other, and like you said, have the annual. Remember when we used to grow up, be like, why they bring them every year?
Every year.
Now they saying that about
Well,
me.
it's relationship.
It's relationship. It is.
It's really
It
two
is.
different denominations, but there's familiarity.
Oh, yeah.
and
They love it.
There's trust,
And listen,
and that's important.
you can't trust everybody.
That's right.
I always say you can't eat off everybody's plate. You can't let everybody bring food to the potluck.
And everybody can't cook.
Everybody. Some food goes in the garage.
You cook well at New Beginnings.
Listen, Kevin's about to make a spin around the block like the Second Baptist. You know what I
No,
mean?
man,
He's about
listen,
to
I'm
make a
just
spin.
gonna
He's
come
been
and
to us
serve,
twice.
man.
He's been there for the youth. You came for our youth day and for
You did have me for youth.
I think
day.
Men and Women's Day or something like
You
that.
had me
You
for
came
your
through.
Pack the pew.
Pack the pew. Yeah,
it was
Kevin packed them out.
humbling
They were cleared out by the time Kevin got there. No, I'm joking. Yes, Marcus Crosby and Wheeler Avenue in Texas do a phenomenal job.
Marcus Crosby is the man.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Marcus Crosby
job.
is the man.
Yeah, he's a
Man, I saw
So
him.
what's next, y'all? I mean, we got Mother's Day and we got
Pentecost
Sunday.
Yeah. Pentecost Sunday.
Jeff will be on a cruise on both days.
We just gonna leave Father's Day out. We
That's like,
we ain't never
That's Jews.
Y'all ain't gonna talk
going
about
chronological.
Even when we get there, we still ain't gonna talk about
Empty Pew Sunday.
it
We should do Pack the Pew on Father's Day.
That would be a good idea.
Pass out a bunch of child support letters.
Do pack the pew and call the cops.
Pack the Pew and call the cops. I said close the door.
Y'all is wrong.
The pew call the po.
All these kids come out the side door. Daddy, where's my...
That's crazy.
That's so terrible.
Was Good Friday a Friday? Is that a discussion in the black church? Technically, yes, but publicly, no. And I'll tell you why. We have a lot of deep conversations about what day Jesus was really crucified, but we save that for Bible study because the Friday to Sunday narrative just preaches too well. Don't nobody want to say in one Thursday.
Right.
Don't nobody want to say.
Only if Friday was the day he rose. Then you're looking forward to Friday.
Yeah, you know.
Say Tuesday.
Yeah, we're not going to say that publicly.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of...
Deep discussions about it.
Jeanette, how do you feel and what do you think or say when the Holy Spirit comes into your service? I say, what's up, man?
I say shit about a Honda.
Been waiting on you. I mean, I feel like everybody else. I guess we just want God to have His way.
Yeah.
Just let him move.
I think if it happens when it's supposed to happen, you run out of things to say.
Listen.
It gets quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, when you know it's true to the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
and not just a bunch of hollering.
It should bring you to your knees.
Listen, absolutely. I love it though.
Isn't it something that when he did come in, people were usually quiet, but now we're searching for things to say when he comes?
Yeah. Well, we've made that a habit though. I mean, you can't even remember when you didn't have to have a chant to shout.
You didn't need a chant.
Remember, you didn't need a chant or a slogan or
That's true.
A click track.
Viral moment.
I mean, they literally press buttons for people to say stuff now. Only God can do it.
They got DJs
Only
in the
God
church.
can do it.
DJs in the church.
Only God can do it.
I heard one say
Yes.
everybody dance now. They have
Everybody dance now. Yeah, man. That's the thing now.
And the old
in the
mother would
church.
just say, "Glory,
All you had to do was holler. Give me
glory."
Mother
Mother
March all
March.
day long.
Hey,
That's
you're gonna
all I
save a
need.
lot of next. It's gonna be DJs instead of musicians.
It might be.
Have somebody on there. on the
Sorry, Mark.
turntable. Mark, don't worry. You ain't
Sorry,
going
Mark.
nowhere. Mark, Christian, y'all ain't going nowhere. Go ahead.
That's hilarious. Go on ahead and get them ones and twos, Doc.
You're
Go on
safe.
ahead.
You're safe.
Go on ahead and get them headphones, Doc. You gonna have DJ Khaled up in there doing y'all praise and
They are
worship.
safe. They ain't going nowhere.
Mark and Christian about to get furloughed.
Listen, not furloughed. Rapid
furloughed.
response, unemployment.
Not happening.
You've been automated.
Not happening.
You've been lost to automation. Timu worship.
Team worship.
We about to have a she and shout. All right, y'all, it's been nice. Well, it's been good being back. We hope y'all enjoyed being back with us. Pastor Kevin, we love kicking it with you, man.
Thank you.
Go check him out, y'all. If y'all ain't got a church home, go check him out, man.
Yeah, y'all, check out, man. I
Love
mean,
to
God
have
is
you.
doing phenomenal things. Can I give a shout out to one of our brothers? Because we always support each other, man. We've got two of our brothers that have been blessed. Pastor Cameron, Bishop Bowman,
Yes.
is the Radical Church has come back to Youngstown.
Youngstown.
You know, they started in Youngstown. They got called to Meadville. He's back to Youngstown. Proud of you. And Pastor Mark Jackson.
Now, Bishop Cam is still in Meadville.
He's still in Meadville.
Yeah, he does both, right?
So they got two campuses now.
So does Pastor Mark Jackson, right?
Pastor Mark Jackson.
He's an
and
actor.
in Youngstown.
Behind, man.
What's wrong
Where-
with us,
Where do you want to start? Yeah, where do you want to start a
Second
camp?
Baptist South.
I'm going to start at
New
Second
Beginnings
Baptist
North.
Southington.
We got New Beginnings, New Direction.
New beginning, new direction.
Campus B.
But Pastor Mark in the Light Church announced that they're finding a permanent home
Is that right?
at the Heavenly Place Church of God in Christ.
Yeah, Heavenly Place. Yeah. He's going
They
to
moving in there?
I called it, man. I called it.
That's
I'm a
where he
prophet.
served.
That's where he
Yeah,
served.
It's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
That's family.
That's wonderful. That's great news.
I prophesied it. I said it's you know, I just feel like God was putting people together that, you know, you have the old and the young, you have established churches, and you have that new fire. And to me, that's a great model, praying for the transition next few months for them. And I know the Light Church has just been on fire, and we're grateful for that. New Beginnings has been on fire. Pastor Cam and the Radical Church has been on fire. Pastor Kent Barnes, Innovation Life,
out.
man.
Yes.
So it's
District
some-
Elder.
District Elder. I'm sorry.
Yeah, District
My
Elder.
apologies, District Elder. But I mean, it's phenomenal things happening, man. I'm grateful to see our little generation doing a little something, man.
It's a blessing to see where we all came from.
Yeah.
Same area.
All bunch of just
all
a bunch of
us.
kids, man, at the church musicals, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. I mean, now Jeff was breakdancing for you know, we were in the church.
He returned to his roots.
He got the listen,
Hey,
but it's a good man. It's good to be back.
grateful.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see what the next few weeks are going to bring on Religiously Incorrect. If y'all want us to hit any subjects up, please be sure to send us, you know, any comments or questions or memes to religiouslyincorrectpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Unfortunately, 90% of the memes y'all send, we've seen them and showed them already. But hey, if they're new to you, as long as you enjoy them, we love it. Let's give it up for Pastor Carson for being with us. being the third man in the NWO parlay.
How long did it take you to invite me, though?
Oh, Lord.
I mean, you had everybody here.
Man, we have everybody.
Mark told me he was here.
Mark was actually on Mark was on Zoom.
He was on a Zoom. Okay.
But still,
he was on.
Still, yeah, I think I'm gonna need my face
You gonna need to
on the fly.
I'm surprised Mo ain't come on here and talked about wanting to be on.
Mo ain't been on all night, has she? I ain't seen her on there. So. Mo mad. She probably checked us out for the last 3 weeks.
No, yeah, we ain't been
The
on.
whole crew. We should
do like a young
Bowman,
preachers round table and have the whole crew.
We've been saying we was gonna do
We
that.
was gonna do that.
All of us
Man, you
on
don't
it.
count, Negro. You 10 years older than us.
I'm saying we've been saying we was
You the
gonna do
grandpa.
that.
You got to be Uncle Jeff.
He could be the moderator.
You be the moderator. He's
But
the
we've been
bishop.
saying we was gonna do that.
We need to do a young pastors round
that would be
table.
good. Yeah.
It just kick it and talk. Just talk about the Saints online, man.
Let's plan it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You've been pastoring the longest.
Have I been pastoring the longest?
And you got saved
13
last.
years. Stop.
Got saved after all of us and started pastoring immediately.
That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works.
We've been saved all our life. He just got.
And Dad gave me the church.
He said, "Come on, boy, hurry."
That's how it's done. You know, the son gets saved to
Hurry
get the
up and
church.
get saved.
Right, hurry up and get saved so I can give you this church. Y'all a bunch of haters, man. 13 years,
13
man.
years, Pastor?
13 years total, going on 10 years of Second Baptist.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
That's
so
amazing.
it's been a minute. I'm the OG in the room with the
amazing.
younger crew. I'm the
It's
OG.
amazing. You are the old dude. It's only right.
And I got the, Scott says we still need to do a live audience show.
Yeah,
We got to figure something out with the live audience show.
yeah, I'm with
Where
it.
was we supposed to go? We're supposed to go somewhere and do that too.
Gosh, yeah.
At the rib spot.
We're supposed to do Pit Boss.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to, but it didn't work out.
Seriously.
Is Pit Boss still?
Thank you for watching. Stop talking.
I'm not from. I don't live here.
I plead
Are they still open? What about C-Staple?
Hey, y'all, same.
Hey, you know what though?
See y'all next week.
Actually, we could do a live show here. We got room for.
We got room here.
Back, so
We go to the new
we'll
Pit
talk
Ball. We
about
go
it.
to the C Staples Pit Ball. They got a nice room.
Real nice room.
We have a
Is
good
Pit Boss
time.
really close?
Well, the one in Warren. They're in
They said they
Staples
see
now.
Staples.
Really?
Same person.
Oh,
We
it's
go
the
over there. The
same.
boys love it. We love it. You know, love it. All right, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Love y'all. Next week.
We out.
You eat your cake, Jeff?